This devotional came to me while I was living in this little house in the snow. I just made that up. I mentioned that I'm going through some files of things that I put together for Bible studies, but they're not ready to be sermons yet. So this one was, I think, good enough shape to be an interesting and short devotional, to turn your attention to something that may be growing as a problem in your own life. But the problem would be idols of the heart. Isn't that an interesting phrase? You say they were worshiping idols, and you have the vision of it, a carved thing or a pounded thing, and covered with gold or silver or painted odd things, or just carved out of stone. You've seen some of the horrible idols of India and Aztecs with the sharp sword tongue sticking out. And you understand worshiping idols, but here God talks about the idols of the heart. And you and I are not bound to be walking along finding some statue we want to worship. Ezekiel 14:4, therefore speak unto them, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, the Lord Jehovah, every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to the prophet, I, the Lord, I, Jehovah, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols. This doesn't sound good for this person. You have the idols in your heart. You're coming before the prophet saying, oh, please, preach, tell us more. And God says, you're not fooling me. You're asking for things you think I'll answer because you went to the service. You asked the prophet. But I'll answer him according to the multitude of his idols. Again, Ezekiel 36:25-26. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols. This is true salvation. Will I cleanse you? A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I'll give you a heart of flesh. Here is the fulfillment of the promise made to Abraham, and then reiterated in the new covenant, that God would save them, give them a new heart. So I wanted to share with you the meditation that Matthew Henry gave concerning this. They have set up idols in their heart. They not only have idols, but they're in love with them. They dote upon them, are wedded to them, and have laid them so near their hearts, and have given them so great a room in their affections, that there is no parting with them. The idols they have set up in their houses, though they are now at a distance from the chambers of their imagery, yet they have them in their hearts, and they are ever and anon worshiping them in their fancies and imaginations. They have made their idols to ascend upon their hearts, so the plural, so the word is. They have subjected their hearts to the idols. They have bowed their hearts to the idols. They are upon the throne there. Or, when they came to inquire of the prophet, they pretended to put away their idols, but it was in pretense only. They still had a secret reserved for them. They kept them up in their hearts. And if they left them for a while, it was cum animo revertendi, with an intention to return to them. They left them not as a final farewell, but with the intention, he puts it in Latin so that we'll all understand. Or it may be understood of spiritual idolatry. And this is where I thought maybe this touched our lives as well. Those whose affections are placed upon the wealth of the world and the pleasures of sense, whose God is their money, whose God is their belly. They set up their idols in their heart. Many who have no idols in their sanctuary have idols in their hearts, which is no less a usurpation, usurping God's throne, and a profanation, a profaning of his name. Little children, keep yourselves from those idols. One more click. There we go. Little children, keep yourselves from those idols. So we would not bow to ugly statues or pretty decorated things, but we may bow to idols of the heart, something that we love and refuse to give up, even though it's defiling, even though it's something that's abhorrent to God.